Hello, and I am so excited to share with you the new show that will be taking place on this channel. The show is Immersion, a home for the deeply curious, where we spend 30 minutes diving beneath the surface into a topic that week. Hi, I'm your host, Pam Carey. You can think of me as your nerdy, inquisitive friend, someone that's willing to do the legwork to compile research on complex questions. I would already be reading about these topics anyway, so I figured it would be nice to create a space for us to explore them together. And I've always been this way, someone that likes to read on something and then present it to others to help facilitate a discussion. In first grade, I did an optional, not assigned, presentation on penguins, my favorite animal, poster and all. And after the presentation, kids started to raise their hands to ask questions, and the teacher finally had to say to stop them, "Boys and girls, she is not a penguin expert." So to clarify, I am not a penguin expert, nor an expert on most of the things we'll be talking about here. I'm just a deeply curious person. Due to my tendency to be interested in a lot of different areas, it's taken me into a lot of different places and fields. I studied human behavior and psychology in school. I've worked in the fitness industry, finance, and entrepreneurship, as well as have some experience in the arts, including acting. This podcast, though, may be a place where my shifting and broad interests could be an asset more than a burden, maybe for the first time in my life. If you are also in the compulsively curious club, I hope that this can be a place for you to scratch that intellectual itch with some play, wonder, research, and a bit of community. While the topics will range far and wide, from technology to creativity, health, relationships, time, political engagement, and much more, the common thread unifying all of it is that we will examine these through the lens of psychology and philosophy, both exploring for exploration's sake and also analyzing our behavior, asking, how does one live a meaningful life? For example, one upcoming episode is going to be on the psychology of photography. Have you been at a concert within the last couple years and you notice that everyone is filming it on their phone and very few people are there just simply experiencing it? We don't just stop at an observation like this here. We go deeper and ask, what is it about us that makes us want to hold on to and capture a moment versus experiencing it? And then how does that affect our memory of that event? During all of these episodes, we'll do this through the following segments. First will be the dive. This will be my initial insights or inspiration, meditations on this topic, and also yours. I want to hear from you. We will have write-ins. We will have callers leaving voicemails. And to be honest, the main reason that I do this, the main reason I want to have this show is to connect with people that have similar interests and curiosities so that we can explore together. The next section is the exploration phase, where we zoom out and get a more broad view. This means pulling from history, research, art, books, wherever the path leads. And if we're going to hear from an expert, this is the segment we hear from them in. And to close, we'll have The Shift, a segment where we pull out concluding reflections and discuss possible experiments to try, if you want to make the dive we just took more applicable in your own life. I will also have a section for footnotes at the very end. Admittedly, I get sometimes a little bogged down in the nuance. I don't appreciate a lot of the black and white that our culture sees things through. But then if I get too into the weeds, too into the gray areas, it can make us veer off track in this exploration. So instead, we'll stay the course and I'll save them for the end. Speaking of the community we mentioned earlier, I do not do this alone. There are people that help make this possible. A producer named Miranda, an editor Boris, and a writers group where I gut check some of my ideas. You will likely hear from some of these people as we go. All of the material will be available as an audio podcast on Apple, Spotify, and many other players, and it will also be available as a video podcast on YouTube. Social media and newsletter links will be below. I am so excited to have you here diving alongside us. This is the start of a show that I hope will be possible for a long time. So the shape may change, but the heart of exploration will not. From here, check the feed. Some of the material could have been under the prior show name, which is my name. Some of it will have this format and a little more structure and be under Immersion now. But see where your curiosity leads you and let us immerse ourselves in the topics that light us up inside. See you there.